Here's step 3, implement port security. So we're over here. Activate port security on all the active ports on switch 1. We'll identify those in a second. Configure the active ports to allow a maximum of 4 MAC addresses to be learned on the port. So maximum, switch port security maximum, sounds good. For port F0/1, statically configure the MAC address of the PC. Okay, configure each access port so that it will automatically add the MAC address learned on the port in the running configuration. Okay, configure the port violation mode to drop packets from the MAC address that exceed the maximum and generate a syslog entry, but not disable the ports. Okay, good. Okay, step 1, 2. Sorry. Step A, B, D, and E can all be done with a range command. And let's do those first, and then we'll come back and we'll hit C last. Okay, so we're on switch 1. We're going to activate port security on all the active ports. So those ports are interfaces FA0/1-2, FA0/10, and FA0/24. This is the way I would recommend you write it in. If you don't, you can just, if you want to do this all 4 times, more power to you. And if you don't put the word range in, that's also an issue. Let's try that again. Whoops. Yeah, so it needs to look like that in order for it to work. This is going to save me from doing this 4 times. And you can do a range of 1 and 2, stuff that's next to each other with a dash, and then individual ports that are not necessarily right next to each other, you can add commas, and those will just go ahead and drop right in. And you can do all 4 of these at once. So let's start with activate switch port security. So let's go switch port security, and that's done. So that was step A. That was pretty easy. Configure the active ports for a maximum of 4 addresses on the ports. So maximum 4 addresses on the ports. So that would be switch port security. I can't remember what I should do. Let's try the question mark. Oh yeah, that's right. Maximum, and let's do 4 there. So maximum 4 MAC addresses. That should work for me. And so we're going to skip C. Let's go straight to D. Configure each access port so it'll automatically add a MAC address learned on the port. No problem in the running config. So that is the sticky command. So let's go switch port security, and MAC address sticky would be the command that will stick the first MAC address to the interface. So that's a pretty easy one. And then step E there, configure the port security violation mode. So let's take a look at that. So that's switch port security violation, question mark, gosh, protect, restrict, or shut down. Protect is restrict and protect together, so we can't get it wrong. It's got to be one of those, right? Because it doesn't say shut it down. The one that they're looking for here is actually restrict. Is going to follow the guidelines of what they're looking for to drop packets from the MAC address that exceed the maximum and generate a syslog entry. That's what they're looking for there. And that's done. All right, cool. The one piece that we skipped right now is substep C for port F0/1. And we just skipped it just for, it just makes my life a little bit easier. So let's take a look at that. Let's go exit here. We're back at global config. I'm going to go INTFA0/1 because that's the interface that we're working off of. Statically configure that MAC address. So that's going to be switch port security, MAC address. And then one of the options we have there is just to drop the address in, which is that HHH. Where are we going to get that address from? Let's pull it right off of the interface. So that's this device right here. And if we go command prompt and ipconfig /all, gives us our MAC address right there. So let's go ahead and copy that. We'll close that. We'll come back over here and paste. And the format is the same, so that's cool. And that gives us a little bit more points. So that's step 3.